Tonight, an alarming discovery coming out of city schools. Our Project Baltimore team has found that 1/3 of high schools in Baltimore last year didn't have any students proficient in math.
Project Baltimore lead investigative reporter Chris Papps joins us now. And Chris, it took weeks to go through all the data, and the results are really hard to believe.
Well, Kai and Jennifer, this is stunning. Project Baltimore took a close look at 2017 state testing data and discovered 13 city high schools that had 0 students proficient in math. None. But that's not all we found. Just beyond those troubling numbers, there is a bright spot, and that is where we start. Most every morning at Baltimore Collegiate School for Boys starts the same way.
There's an urgency about the work we're doing.
An urgency born out of need.
9 out of 10 black boys in Baltimore City are not reading at grade level. And so
9 out of 10?
9 out of 10.
That grim statistic led Jack Pinnell to open this North Baltimore school 3 years ago. As the name implies,
Good morning, good morning.
in these halls, there are no girls.
They tend to stay very focused on their studies.
This charter school also has no entrance exams, but what it does have is a school day extended by 1 hour, a teaching staff that is 60% male, and shorter class periods. All of it tailored to how boys learn.
We designed this school to make a fundamental difference in the lives of mostly black and brown boys in the city.
And that design appears to be working. Since 2015, the number of Baltimore collegiate boys who scored proficient in state math tests has spiked by 60%. Are you happy with your numbers?
No, I mean, we can do better.
But Project Baltimore discovered as this school's making progress, many others seem to be going nowhere. We analyzed 2017 state test scores, released this fall. We paged through 16,000 lines of data and uncovered this. Of Baltimore City's 39 high schools, 13 had 0 students proficient in math. Digging further, we found another 6 schools where just a few students tested proficient. Added up, and in half the high schools in Baltimore City, 3,804 students took the test. 14 were proficient in math. With eye-opening results like that, we reached out to North Avenue. You can imagine we had some questions, but nobody inside of this building would sit down with us to answer them. Instead, we got a statement. Concerning our investigation, it read, "These results underscore the urgency of the work we are now pursuing. We must do more to meet the needs of all of our students." That work, according to this statement, involves a new math curriculum that started this year, enhanced teacher development, and expanded partnerships to provide more opportunities for students. The statement concludes by saying, "There is no simple answer that will close the achievement gap for Baltimore students. Though we all want to see results quickly, the work is hard and will take time." But at Pinnell's school, results took just 2 years. Now, with 440 students, his school is at capacity. Another 300 are on the waiting list.
We believe we can change the narrative. We believe we can change history. We believe we can change the status quo if we keep doing what we're doing.
And keep in mind, with 13 high schools that have 0 students proficient in math, and we've talked about this before, Baltimore City Schools spends nearly $16,000 per student per year, which is the 4th most nationally, according to the U.S. Census. And we do have a list of those 13 schools on our website, foxbaltimore.com. Just click on the Project Baltimore tab if you want to see them.
So, Chris, you got a statement from the City School Administration, North Avenue. What about teachers groups in the city, like the Baltimore Teachers Union, or even parents, like the PTA in Baltimore City? Any statement or comment from them? Any other groups giving you information about their concern over these numbers.
Well, as a result of this story, we have been reaching out to legislators, all of them that are elected in Baltimore City, the teachers union. We're expecting that this type of story, where a third of the high schools have no students proficient in math, is something that people will respond on. North Avenue decided not to, but to your point, we're hoping that other people and other organizations that have a stake in this school system will. And that brings us to you. We do want to hear from you. What do you think about this? Call our hotline, send us an email, go to foxbaltimore.com.